We have to get a little sappy, but in a good way.
I'm already scared of this letter.
It's from Matt Daniels of Owasso, Oklahoma.
Hey, Joe Bob. My name is Matt. I met you last night. You signed my Demons vinyl. Wow, he has Demons vinyl. That means he's probably bidding on your Demons mask, even as we speak. I wanted to reach out and say thanks again for coming to Tulsa, as well as apologizing for fumbling my words when I met you. I froze up because I could feel my heart crawl up in my throat a bit. Then I poorly explained my story and why you're a big deal. I come from a pretty broken household. My grandma was the one who raised me, more or less. When I was young, she would introduce me to various films, and I fell in love with the movie world. From Star Wars to Clerks and even Hellraiser, we'd watch and discuss it all. Those memories are precious to me. When I wasn't with my grandma, I spent a lot of time alone. My parents never really wanted kids, and I found you on Monster Vision.
Keep going, keep going.
Watching films with you on Monster Vision, hearing you discuss them and lifting the curtain a bit for the viewer was like finding a secret treasure. After a few episodes, it felt like I was watching movies with my best friend. Why do you do this to me?
It's Christmas.
I didn't know you, but it felt like that, if it makes sense. And no matter how awful a day or a week it was, I knew I had that time hanging out on Monster Vision with you to look forward to. You and my grandma were my gateway into film. You encouraged it. And even when the film might be lackluster, you found the merits within. When Monster Vision ended, I was really upset because you suddenly disappeared. And I kid you not, when the internet became accessible to me, one of the very first things I did was try to find out what you had been up to and what happened to Monster Vision. My grandmother passed away in 2018, and I was at the lowest point in my life. She truly was my best friend. I miss her every single day. The week after she passed, Shudder announced you were coming back, and I couldn't believe it. The universe is strange, and I don't know why things work out as they do, but thank you for coming back. It helped lift my spirits and once again gave me something to look forward to during that dark time in my life. Thank you for all that you do. Meeting you was a childhood dream come true, and I hope you realize what you mean to me, as well as countless other horror-loving film fans from the bottom of my heart. Thanks again. I'm sorry this has turned into a bit of a novella, and bless you if you've made it this far. Matt D., Owasso, Oklahoma.
So sweet.
That's a nice letter. Thank you, Matt. You remember Tulsa. Yeah, that was, anyway. I had a similar thing happen to me, actually. I'll tell that, since it's Christmas, you know, we do this every Christmas.
Go sappy.
I don't know if this is good. Anyway, my dad was never a big fan of my act when I was first doing live shows and comedies and late night TV. And I think he thought it was low class, or maybe kind of silly, you know, like my dad was a federal agent, okay? But he watched The Tonight Show every single night it was on. I mean, he never missed one. He considered that the greatest show in the world. So he died at a fairly young age. 1 week after he died, just like happened to this guy, 1 week after he died, The Tonight Show calls, asked me to be on. Probably the only show that would have legitimized me in my dad's eyes. So I told him I couldn't do it. I just could not go on. It was too sad. Fortunately, they let me go on a couple months later. And I kept a pocket knife he'd given me in my right front pocket, and I held on to it while they're introducing me, because you're behind this curtain in pitch black darkness on The Tonight Show. And then I walked out and I did The Tonight Show, and I always wondered if he saw it. Okay, I made myself cry, but I do understand the importance of media that creates bonds between us, even when we don't have any other way of expressing love. Was that a Christmas letter?
Yeah, it totally counts.
Okay, you remember that audience in Tulsa? They have a great theater there called the Circle Cinema. You were there that night, right?
They were so happy to see you there.
I was happy to see them. That was a great crowd. And on that note, I think we can move on to our second Christmas movie, okay? And I promise no subtitles this time.
Big.
And it's an amazing flick called Christmas Evil. I can't explain why I love this movie so much.
Because it rocks.
Oh, it does. Anyway, this is Joe Bob and Darcy. I'm reminding you all, forgive your enemies. It messes up their heads. The drive-in will never die. Okay. Father O'Malley answers the phone. You're Catholic, right?
Sort of.
Guy on the phone says, Hello, is this Father O'Malley? It is. This is the IRS. Can you help us? I can. Do you know a Ted Houlihan? I do. Is he a member of your congregation? He is. Did he donate $10,000 to the church? He will.
I get it.
Joe Bob Saves Christmas. We'll be right back. Only on Shudder.